Hi there, Selective Collective. This is Kim. How are you guys doing? I hope you're doing great. I want to share with you a movie that I saw that was absolutely terrific. I love it. I'm recommending it. It's on YouTube. It's free on YouTube. It is called Dark Sense. Okay? You have to watch this, you guys. Because, it's what's inspiring this reading today. There's a few things. I don't want to really destroy or ruin the movie for you, but the gist here that I'll share about that, if I could talk, the dark sense part, you kind of get an idea that this kid has like some dark sense, right? They can sense things that are not always the best things. I'm sure you can sense good things too, but we're kind of focused on the dark things. Like, so if somebody was being murdered or killed, like this kid would actually physically manifest the physical feeling of it happening while it's happening. It was like an immediate clairvoyance of what was happening. And then also it would manifest like the wound, like if somebody got stabbed, there would be a stab wound right exactly where it had happened. And then it would close up after a few minutes. Anyway, woo. And then there was one scene in the movie that really stood out to me, and it's kind of like what I want to talk about right now, because the gift of telepathy is what's been coming to my mind. No pun intended. No, maybe pun intended. It actually has been coming to my mind to talk about telepathy. And there's a scene where, and then I won't talk anymore about the movie, there's a scene of where there's this glass tube and it has a metal bar inside, and they ask this kid, can you bend this bar with your mind? And he wants to prove they can because you win a prize or something. Well, he does it, and then as he's in the car, everybody's amazed, everybody's like, oh my God, nobody's ever done that before. And so as he's in the car though, he's telling his friend, he said, I can't really bend matter. He's like, I can try all I want, but I've never been able to actually do that. But what I can do is get into people's thoughts. I can convince them that I can convince their mind to see that I'm bending something. It kind of reminded me of the Matrix, and it gave a little bit of added meaning to the kid that's like, is the spoon really bending? Or maybe the kid was like saying, in the Matrix where the spoon bends in front of Keanu Reeves, and he's like, but is it actually bending? Maybe he's meaning like, am I just making you think that I'm bending it? Or is it bending? Or is it even here at all? I don't know. Wow, guys. So it just made me think there might be some strange or interesting gifts coming on. Nothing's a coincidence. When I run into a movie like that, there's something. I mean, obviously it's more than clairvoyance because the guy got an image. But more than that, he was getting clairsentience. He was actually feeling what somebody else had gone through. There are people who have post-cognition who can walk into like a place that is haunted. Have you seen the Amy person? I love that show. Amy on Paranormal, is it Paranormal Files? I think that's what it's called. It's on Travel Channel, and I absolutely love her because she can pick up on how somebody has passed away, and she gets those physical sensations like, oh my goodness, my throat's closing up, or whatever it is, you know what I mean? Like she actually gets, and that's clairsentience. So it's a real feeling, and that's the best way to describe clairsentience, in that it as sometimes a dark sense, right? So you have to realize that sometimes you're picking up on, not saying that we're all as awesome as the guy in the video that I watched, but I do think we all have bits and pieces of these things, and some of us have more in one area than the other. And I think they're worth talking about and looking at because things are changing. Things are changing. In my meditation the other day, I saw popcorn kernels all over the world. And they've given me imagery kind of like this. I think they do this because it amuses me. But the popcorn seeds kernels, they were representing people. And you know how like it starts to get warm? They were pointing to or suggesting to solar flare energy. The sun, this light coming down. and heating these kernels up to where it's not like, you know, you have, as popcorn pops up, you have the random popcorn, one here, one there, but then bam, they all go off at one time, at the same time. That's how they showed me that the awakening is happening right now. So woo, it was really interesting. Last time they showed it to me, it was like they showed me like Christmas lights, but that meditation was about people coming more online. Now this one is about, oh no, people are being heated up like a pressure cooker, and we're all about to pop at the same time. Anyway, so that's been my day's been good. I hope your day's been good. I did a private reading. If you would like a private reading, please don't hesitate to reach out. I love my private readings. They are fun. They are fun, and I really get tapped into this energy. The angels were very present in the private reading that I was doing. May have been that person's energy. More than likely was that person's energy. So I'm not calling you out, by the way, if you're watching this. But you have a beautiful energy because those angels were present. So that's the main message here, is that you all have gifts coming in. You might have scary gifts coming in. Yeah, this can be very, I'm just getting that this time can be very overwhelming right now. It's really important for you to have an outlet right now. Like, if you draw, if you like to walk in the woods, if you like to exercise, if you like to play with your animals, do more of that during this time. There's something about that, okay? Really important to focus on doing what you love and enjoying what you do. And if you find yourself in a headspace where it's like, I'm not enjoying the normal or what I always do, then bust out of that as quick as you can by doing something that's like have some more feel good moments. Yeah. Okay. Important to do what you love. Important, yes, are our responsibilities. But as a society, we put way too much emphasis on the rat race and on the being on the hamster wheel than we have actually living and experiencing life, you know, and enjoying it. The androgen, okay, the androgen has the blue rose here. The blue rose signifies, well, spirituality. You might get something specific with the color blue to you. Everybody has their, that's another thing that was coming through, is everybody has these unique gifts and talents and things that are being like activated and coming online right now. The movie was just a reminder to me of showing me different gifts and abilities that other people have, to make sure I touch on them in my readings. Not just the things that I feel I am connected with, because we're all connected. It really benefits me for you to develop your spiritual gifts and abilities. I don't know how else to say that. It benefits me. My abilities will get better as yours get better. So that's the goal here. Here lately, at least, is to put out content that is going to promote you to look deeper and really examine those things that we've been told are not normal, or that we're crazy for feeling, or for pointing out to ourselves, hey, why did that happen? Hey, why is this always happening? Or what is strange or don't ignore the strange and mystical. Sometimes life can get really boring if we're ignoring this beautiful spiritual side of ourselves. It is that which has no name. It's the androgen card that's coming out here first. That androgen is something to be created, something new, a new experience for you. It's something that's going to be fun. It's creative. There's a spider coming down. I get spider senses. I don't know what is up with me, and they were just really, really wanting to talk about. Almost make it feel pressured, like I'm in a pressure, like literally in a pressure cooker, like I'm popcorn about to pop, trying to say, oh, you're about to get some really good gifts. Oh my gosh, because you are. Some type of Your senses are going to be really high. You're going to be in a very loving vibration from all of this too. We have night and day on the card. We have balance, masculine, feminine energy. We have 2 rainbows. Rainbows in history. Well, let's just look at it let's look at it like this. It's a promise that there's a pot of gold at the end of this rainbow. Could be a promise from God not to, won't wipe out the whole earth in one big flood again. I don't know. It's some kind of promise, like at the end of that. Something new to be created. What does it mean for you? What does it mean? It means the full spectrum. It means the number 7, 7 colors, 7 chords. Something's going to be created. 7, the number 7 is coming out strong. I'm just giving you all messages as they come. To me, there's nothing. That's what's so great about these readings. There's no order and there's no plan. Even though sometimes I like that. Like the Celtic Cross, you know, I really like that, like being able to tap into specific stories. This one's too broad to do that. The breath. Oh, focus on your breath. Focus on your breathing at this time. Your third eye. Your ability to visualize what you want to experience. What do you want to experience? Can you embody the feeling of what you want to experience in the future? Can you figure out where to find it in your now moment? I think that's the best. I know there's so many methods of attraction out there. There's so many methods of manifestation. I feel like the best way is to get in the vibe that you want and figure out how to do that where you're at. That's why I'm getting so excited about spring and summer are coming here where I live. And I live in the southeast part of the U.S. in the mountains, and I'm so excited for spring to come because I can go out in the woods and there are quartz and gemstones like all over the place back there, and there's a little river. There's a lot of things that you can do, especially before the time of, oh gosh, ticks come out. You don't want to be out there when those are out, but there's a certain window of opportunity where I know my vibration is going to be really high because I'm going to be out there with like a bucket. And I love finding anything, a fossil, any kind of stone. I might even get what do I call them? A rock tumbler this year. I might get one of those because I end up finding so many at the river thing. It's not really a river, and it's a stream. It's a stream. But there's lots of things. There's lots of wildlife that comes out. I just have a feeling that my vibration is going to be really high, and it's going to be because I'm finding some real happiness in my environment where I am at the moment, where I happen to be, knowing that I'm a manifester. I'm always wanting and searching for maybe a new exciting experience for myself, but finding that vibe is really important. Doing what you love. So, and healing for us too, the nature. So take a breath, be mindful, be grounded. That's just because I like getting my hands in the earth, you know. Yeah, so there's something about just being really connected, really grounded. So it makes sense. So when we talk about magic, let's talk about magic in a very broad sense. In a very broad sense, we have like our higher self, and we have like a middle self, and we have the animalistic. We have this animalistic associated with like the the lower self, we would think of the ground level. But what keeps you in the ground, like this whole, this is the animalistic drive. This is like what's keeping us, it's like what's keeping us here, a drive, an instinct, a hunger, your animalistic self. What is it trying to tell you that you're craving? That's what I would think that might represent. So you're going to be led to, let's put it all together, feels like you're going to be led to a new experience here, one that has no name, meaning you've not experienced this ever before. You're to create with it, and maybe a spiritual gift, some type of vision, maybe even could be clairvoyance here with this also. Shoot, old wives' tale. So when somebody sneezes, that's the truth. That's the truth. And so I said that might be clairvoyance right at that. So there may be something about clairvoyance, sight, foresight. Oh, nice. Like a moth to a flame. Vinegar. Is this how we're feeling, or is this okay? It could be a feeling that we're holding on to when the vinegar card comes out. It can be a past, like I'm moving my table around, sorry, or like a past resentment or bitterness from a relationship that didn't work out, a job, a career, some situation that didn't work out for us. All right, it gets us a little upset, maybe even when we think about it not working out or what happened to us. So the vinegar can represent that feeling of holding on to a feeling like that. It can represent thinking too much about it. Whatever it is, vinegar is a preservative for food, right? Why? Because nothing can grow. And so wherever you hold on to this vinegar energy, nothing else is going to grow or flourish. That's why it's important to process it. And the mystical sister, so you have people that are like drawn to you, that will be drawn to you because to me it feels like soul family, support from soul family. Even if it's like somebody just talk to, it's a person that you have something familiar with. It feels like a spiritual group, like a soul group, like on the other side type of group, not a not a cult. So this feels like that, like attracting the right people to you. Interesting that, well, I don't know why I didn't even mention this, but the two birds in the androgen also say that this can be tied to a partnership that's new, that's coming in to your life, it has a purpose of creating with you. And then we get the mystical sister, so they are definitely wanting me to say that. Yeah, they're definitely wanting me to say that there is a partnership or something where you feel close to somebody or feel comfortable with someone. Oh, the sun splendor. You feel comfortable with their energy. There's something about the energy that is tying you and somebody else together. Yeah, it's energetic. It's a bond. You are, in a quantum way, already entangled. Oh, look what we have on the bottom. I just noticed this. What do we have on the bottom? We have two suns. I have the sun splendor and the sun. What's the difference? What's the difference? What would you say the difference is? Well, you can answer that in the comments if you like, because I'm faced with this question every time I see these two. I think of the sun splendor card, for one thing, has a lot of different imagery, but one imagery that they have looks like the Lover's card again, does it not? There's two birds flying in the air, and in it, there's a golden ball in place of what is a sun. It looks to me like the sun is rising. There's a rainbow that does not have colors in it yet, and there are flowers that are not colored in yet. this is like a sun happiness fairy tale experience that is still, there's still parts of it to be written and colored in and experienced by you. So we could say that the sun card brings out that new experience, the light, the energy, the newness of it all. And the sun splendor is like, it just feels like there's some goodness that's gonna last and give a lot of room to paint some wonderful things within it to create. If you're enjoying something in all its splendor, okay, I'm gonna eat let's see, if I do eat sugar, I like what is that? Is it golden pecan ice cream? I like that. Yeah, that pecan stuff. Okay, so if I'm gonna eat an ice cream cone and I'm gonna say like, I've enjoyed this ice cream cone, or I say, I've enjoyed this ice cream cone and all it had to offer, all of its splendor, then you soaked it up. You really took out enjoyment from this, right? It just sounds like something that you're gonna feel extra appreciative of. Yeah, that's what I get from that. Something that you will feel extra appreciative to Spirit for bringing into your life. Like, thank you, Lord, for bringing that right person into my life. Thank you for bringing the right people, not just person, soul group, friends, new people, new experiences. Thank you for helping me find the vibe that I needed to manifest something new here in the now. Okay, let's see. Oracle Genetic Gifts. I brought this one out because this one's one of my favorites to use for the collective, as it does touch on our spiritual gifts, abilities, and ascension. Maybe symptoms. Maybe we'll talk about them as we pull from the deck. It is an older deck. I got it off of Etsy, and it does not have a guidebook, guys. And so I've had to figure this thing out for myself. Most of it I have it figured out, except for I just think that they get a lot from Dolores Cannon when whoever wrote this deck, I think. Yeah, as I say, that's a Diamond Child, and talking about Diamond Child, Indigo Children, a lot of that is that Dolores Cannon. And I think I'm probably talking to a lot of Indigo Children anyway, and I think it's probably assumed at these readings, because they're out there. You have to be a little out there to even see this reading on your list, right? Okay, so star attunements. Yeah, star attunements. Light worker for high spiritual healing, activation, ascension, life mission. Oh, maybe you need to step out, take a look at the stars tonight. If you can see them, take a look at the stars tonight. You never know. I mean, we already know that sacred geometry is everywhere. There might be something that gets turned on or activated as you look at the stars. Trust that your instinct and your higher self is going to guide you to look up at the right spot, the right time. Because indeed, you are always in that right place at the right time, right? It's the Indigo Child again. Okay. Ascension number 11. Paranirvana plane. Access light-based technology. Access light-based technology. Lots of light here too with the sun splendor. Light-based technology. I mean, maybe they're talking about red light, about light therapy. Red light, blue light. There's all kinds of light. Maybe that's just something for us to research too. Tarot deck creator, visionary. Light-based technology. tarot deck creator, a visionary. I also have talk radio platform. That might be something that is created by you. I have psychic medium also on the bottom. That might be an ability that you have. Something also that becomes like very evident. Let me open that door. I didn't realize these cats feel like they're alone. So, talk radio platform, spiritual affairs, psychic medium. It's just confirmation for someone. What is your soul number? What did your heart come here to do? What did your heart want to experience? What did it's from your soul. What's the passion? What is the instinct driving you towards something you don't understand, why you're being driven to it? Maybe you may be driven to create or manifest something that you had no idea you even wanted until Spirit was like, hey, what about this new thing? What about this experience? And now you're hooked, you know? Might be something that your soul has been trying to push you towards. Nice. Number 10. Well, we are ascending, aren't we? Oh. Look at what it says. Okay, nirvana is a state of perfection. Okay, nirvana is typically what they say is a state of the mind that we can achieve. Yeah. But what this says is Ascension number 10, 12-strand DNA, and teleportation. So, the 12-strand DNA is talking about being brought back to your original divine blueprint. Look, I'm not really gonna say I think I understand all the technicalities in that. I don't know any more than I say DNA cell structure change. I might be able to tell you a little bit that I've studied about the octopus and how they can change their messenger RNA really quick and how that helps them, but I don't know exactly what this means. I have a feeling that it has to do with people living longer, people being able to heal themselves easier, aging process slowing down, mental cognitive abilities going up, the ability to heal a wide variety of illnesses, including mental. So you'd be able to have a very wise, like with this type of DNA, your discernment would be so wise that I almost feel like it would be like this. If you sit down to eat and there's poison in the food or the food's real bad for you, you are just going to have this level of discernment that keeps you, one, away from stuff like that, draws you to the things that are good for you. And it's something like just like you're actually built for this. This is the uncensored DNA of the human, the way that like the creator intended it to be, without keeping your gifts and talents hidden or veiled from you. This is kind of like unlocking, heck, I don't know, maybe what people think is junk DNA. Maybe this is like unlocking the reasons for things that we don't seem to be able to find a reason for. Yeah, so there is ascension in that sense here with that. So, oh, by the way, the soul number card, you can find that out through your numerology by the online. By the way, I said that you'd be there. Indigo child, alpha generation, born between 1958 and 1968. Could be your birthday or someone that you know. Could be somebody in your family lineage that was a starseed, as to you are, who literally have the starseed card coming out. Empathetic, psychic, healer, and knows purpose. And that is what's going to draw you to other people. I do see, it was weird. Looking at that card, it just came to me mystical healer as well as mystical sister. Mystical healer came out. Jesus was a mystical healer, right? One of the most famous. You're going to be drawn to people that have gifts and abilities. Interesting about that, just to mention it, is that in the Bible, and there's other texts that I read, but in the Bible, it literally states that Jesus talks about how people are going to be doing what I do, he said. People are going to be doing healing, like even to a greater extent than what I've been able to do here. That those people that follow me, that come after. There's a prediction of people that are supposed to be here, even in that text. They're supposed to be here doing things such as healing and helping turn on and activate people. Maybe even the activation that's needed in order to heal yourself. So that's interesting. I don't know. Augur, spiritual master, seer, predictions, visionary. Here's another indigo child, gamma generation, born between 1978 to 1988. And the word gamma is just talking about, like, they're breaking it down in 10 years, every 10 years, so 1958 to 1968, and so on. You know, that's the only reason for that I can even find. Wow, that one really wants to come out, guys. Somebody is really, really a psychic medium strongly, and you're being urged to start some kind of talk platform where you pull through messages. I don't know how any more blunt that can get. You're supposed to be talking about this gift or this ability. Yeah, that's easy, isn't it? You're supposed to be doing something with it, or you can do something with it without. Oh, how something makes you feel. Why am I getting that? I'm getting a message about something. How something's making you feel now. It's like a psychic medium that's having. This might be many of you all actually watching that might be having things get turned on right now, and as you do, you're starting to feel all kinds of different ways, maybe that you've never felt before. I don't know, there's something different here with how I'm feeling. Like, I'm even picking up somebody having an urge to do odd things, hobbies that weren't theirs, read books they wouldn't normally, and this isn't part of, like, your normal awakening. This is part of a psychic medium. This is part of, like, what you're picking up from spirits. That's interesting. Huh. Okay. Interesting. Okay, there's something new here. Ace of Wands. This is about following your heart on this path, right? Soul number. Numerical symbol for what your heart desires. Get on this path. Ace of Wands. It's going to be fun, exciting. You're going to have passion for what you do. You're going to have passion for romance, if that's what your thing is. Because you're being divinely guided. Oof. Jeez. You are the star. You are being divinely guided to have this, to me, very strong connection with spirit and attunement to the divine. And now, like, they want to bless you. Divine wants to bless you. You have some sort of, what I'm picking up on is somebody that has work to do. You have work to do. You're going to be really rewarded, not only by the work, but because it has this broader starseed helping others. You have something that's going to be fulfilled from the divine through this Hierophant. The divine is very committed to giving you this thing, this path. Breathe. Maybe it's something where you're going to forget to even breathe. It's going to be that good. The star. Starseed, the star. That's what you are. And don't let normal society define what makes you that star, or give you definitions that make you feel like you are or aren't living up to that. Just know that's what you are. That's what you are. Different, special, have purpose. And yeah, really divinely, you're supposed to be here because you are divine. You were asked, you were chosen, you came. Here you are. You are inspiring. You're highly creative with a strong will to succeed. Your imagination is charged and it reveals in itself everything you do, from your sparkling conversation to your most prized projects. I am inspiring. And 16, you have an inquisitive mind that allows you to uncover important truths. You have a special ability to read into other people's feelings, a wisdom seeker, and your angels ask that you share your knowledge for the benefit of others. I am perceptive. 16. 13, I am confident. Scorpio energy, Tower, Death card. Scorpio, major transformation. It says I am confident on that other one. This one says I am expressive, number 27. I'll read it. Your mind is wide open and you are tolerant and compassionate towards all ways of life. You value freedom of expression and you want to improve the conditions of people, whether in your community, country, or the world at large. I am expressive. It's going to be time, especially with the sun and the sun's splendor, for you, and then with this card too, for you to start expressing yourself more. And maybe that means artistically. I don't know. However it is, you're going to be asked to like express yourself more. Time for the popcorn kernels. There's too much heat and too much pressure, and they're all going off. They're all going off. All right. I'm sending you light and love. Thanks for joining me, guys. Bye.